Hey folks, this is Bardic Dragoon. Welcome back to Let's Play Forward to the Sky. When we last left off...
Witch, I have found you!
Princess, don't come near me.
I will rescue you!
Quickly.
We had ridden across the backs of boulders.
Human, go! There's no way to get near the crystals! I must think of a way to break the crystal!
In an attempt to, well, figure out what the heck is happening here. And we learned that honestly the witch is kind of a tragic figure in this story rather than the villain she was originally kind of presented as being. And so now we come to our final confrontation with the witch.
Witch, at long last! Why are you attacking me?
Human, we won't let you hurt our home.
How can this be? The crystals are controlling the witch! There must be a way to save the witch! I must defeat the crystals! Watch me!
Humans. Really humans. All this time, this girl has been protecting us. But now, it's our turn to protect her. Leave, human!
Okay, so... So the final boss fight here, if you haven't figured it out, is kind of a phase, or a boss that attacks in multiple phases with these little weaker enemies around to bring the crystal count in the stage up to 100. Because each time you beat a phase of the boss, you'll notice you'll get about 25-ish gems. But these little guys that we fight along the way. Giving us the rest of the gems needed. I'm not entirely sure you actually need to destroy these crystals to win the boss fight, but I'd do it anyway, I don't know why.
I just want to rescue the witch! The witch wants to return to the human realm!
You won't fool us. Clearly, it was you.
Perhaps didn't understand the witch. If only they understood her, they certainly would have accepted her. I will protect the witch. I won't let people be mean to her again.
You're human. You can't trust me. To rely on your strength, you weak child.
If this is the way it is, if only I defeat you, I will prove I have the power to protect her.
Oh, okay, she's doing the crystal launcher. But yeah, as you can notice, the first phase, you notice the little laser thing, the little white lines. You're basically guiding those pillars to trying to hit you to instead break through the giant crystal barrier around the witch. The second one, as I said, I don't remember. I'm not entirely sure you have to destroy those crystals around the arena.
Return to the human realm? Please say something. If you don't say anything, how will people know?
I want to return to the world of the humans. But the crystals...
And while you're down there at the ground level, she'll throw magical balls of black balls of energy at you.
There is no way
The third
for humans
phase
to dwell in the mountains to
is probably her most aggressive, non-puzzly phase, with the whole barrage of flying crystals and all that. Ah, crud. This phase, which is the final phase, basically crystal count for the level didn't tip you off. Has her summoning giant arms made out of crystal, which you then have to climb up and hit her.
If the crystals live there, they will heal and become smooth again.
The witch will leave her with you to protect.
Woohoo! She is safe with me.
And so, with the final 100 crystals, which I'm not entirely... Well, I guess if you don't kill the little minion enemies, you can not get 100 crystals in this stage, too. But yes, having learned the history of the crystals, and we found the witch at the top of the tower and wanted to help her. With the power of the crystals, or without the power of the crystals, the tower began to collapse. The princess jumped into her balloon in haste as the witch fell through the clouds. The witch fell through the clouds with the tower's ruins. The balloon floated towards the witch, darting through the falling rubble, and the princess grabbed the witch by her hand, and the witch held on with all her heart and strength. And so we get the ending of the game, which really just cuts together all of the story that we've just unlocked so far, and then if we unlocked all of it, one final scene. And considering the fact that, I think I might have mentioned it in one of the early ones, but there aren't actually any credits in this game, which just feels weird. Like, I don't even think it says anywhere, like, you have to actually look on the Steam store page to see that this was developed by Animu Games. By the way, I mean, I like the game that you made, people, but really, that was the name you went with for your dev team, Animu Games? Really? Why? Why that name? That's a stupid name. Anyway. But yeah, as I've said, this game, it's a pretty interesting little game. Decent platforming, the occasional puzzles that are pretty nice. The story, it's okay. Like, it's not a bad story. It's a pretty decent one. It just feels a little on the predictable side. Like, you know, you go to the tower to find the witch and, you know, liberate the crystal tower, or liberate the towers or whatever, only to find that the witch is really the victim here, and the crystals are apparently alive. Go figure. It just feels like, I don't know, for such a twist to the story, it's like such a predictable twist. Like, I don't know. Like the art for these little cutscenes here, though. That's nice. Then again, like I really like the visuals of this game just in general. It's a fairly beautiful looking game. And let's see, that was stage 4. This is level 5. A level 5 story where the people are fighting her, the crystals are fighting back, and she's just trying to keep the peace and not really working out too well for her. Then the boss fight where we escape the tower with the witch. By the way, the princess's design is just kind of interesting, like the giant gauntlets, the poofy, almost wedding, like princessy wedding dress kind of thing, the tiara, and the sword that's probably longer than she is tall. I don't even know what's going on with that design, but I like it. And so, the witch watched the sky tower fall, and the princess returned to her kingdom to a cheering crowd. She recorded the unforgettable story in a book. The young girl returned with the princess and lived in her kingdom. Sometimes in the sunlight, her body glimmered with the soft blue radiance of the crystals. The girl and the princess became friends, and together they recorded the history of the Sky Tower. Not long after, new adventures would unfold. The air quotes don't really work when you can't see me. Air quotes. And back to the title screen. There we go. So yeah, that was Forward to the Sky by Animu Games. Like I said, there aren't actually any credits in this for some reason. The menus are also a pain in the butt to navigate. I don't know why. Maybe it's the controller, because the game will like auto default to mouse and keyboard controls. Well, you saw there the control inputs are described with mouse and keyboard. But yeah. And like, you know, if you can click on the menu items, you know, that makes things easier to figure out. But yeah, the controller controls for the menu are a little odd. But either way, this has been Let's Play Forward to the Sky. Nice little game, definitely a lot shorter than the previous game we went through, but still a nice little game. Anyway, tune in next time where we'll probably be doing something different. probably something short as well. But either way, till then, as always, later, folks.